Hi everyone. So because of the love that you all showed on the previous video that I made on Daniel Fazio's funnel, today I have a special treat for you, and that is a full funnel hack of Liam Ottley's entire systems that he's using to make 330k every single month with this exact sales funnel. So if you're not familiar with Liam Ottley, he is the pioneer of the AAA or AI automation agency model. So he's kind of like the Iman Gadzhi of that realm of business. The way that this is going to work is I'm going to first run you through the basic offers that he's running, the top of funnel, so how he's actually generating attention, then the middle of funnel, how he's actually converting that attention to interest, and finally how he's converting that interest into sales and cash in his bank account. Here he is, the king himself, Liam Ottley here, and these are the main 4 offers that he's currently running on the front end. So the front end offers that you can find are his free community, obviously free, his AAA accelerator, coaching, Agentive, which is his SaaS, and finally his agency, Morningside AI. So the principles that we're going to cover in this funnel are first, capture attention, secondly, how we nurture interest, and finally, how you convert that interest into action or sales. So those are the core principles of this funnel. And what you may have noticed already with these front end offers is that they're extremely similar to what Daniel Fazio is running with, for example, his primary cold email agency, his coaching offer with Client Ascension, and then his SaaS with ListKit. It's almost identical. This really is the way that the industry is moving. You'll see the same with Iman Gadzhi, where he doesn't have an agency anymore. He's a bit of a fraud, but he doesn't have an agency, but obviously he has coaching and mentoring offers on the back end, his SaaS on the front end, and courses. The way that we're going to go through this is first we're going to cover the SaaS acquisition channels and the agency acquisition channels, and then we'll cover the coaching offer that Liam Ottley is currently running. So first with his SaaS, Agentive, there are 3 main acquisition channels: referrals, outbound, and content. All of these will lead someone into a BDR and SDR. So this is a development representative of the company. And that person will then book them in to an account executive call, and that will be divided into either SMB, corporates, and enterprise deals. Now those people will get funneled, of course, to actually become a customer of Agentive, and then they will be managed by a CS or customer success team. So to estimate how much money is being made by that, extremely difficult, because I have no idea really how many SMB, corporate or enterprise users that Liam actually has on the platform. And of course, the pricing is actually based on the usage of the platform. So really, really difficult to tell how much money is actually being spent on this, and also impossible to know what the profit margins are. So I put a big question mark here, but I would estimate, considering the size of the business and the age of the business, I would estimate that it's operating at about 30 to 50k. This is just based off my own previous experience actually working in a SaaS company. But SaaS is a very unpredictable market. So he could be making 10 times that a month, or it could be 10 times less than that. Unlikely, but just based off the size of his team that he has running this product, this is the assumption that I'm making. Moving over to agency acquisition channels, and then we'll get into the good stuff. So these are the primary acquisition channels that he's using to acquire clients for his agency, pretty much a mirror of the previous one. These are the services that he offers. And he said openly himself, and this is in a more recent VSL, that he's making just over 6 figures. So we can estimate around 110 to 120 every single month. Now, whilst that might sound super exciting and cool, my estimates are that the profit margins of his Morningside AI agency are actually relatively low. So probably hovering around 50-60%. And the reason that I say that is because an entire year ago, he was actually at this revenue level as well. So he hasn't actually scaled the AI agency at all compared with his coaching offer. His coaching offer is really what he's scaling, as well as his SaaS, because these are much more higher leverage and will have higher profit margins than the agency itself. And again, this is what we're seeing with Iman Gadzhi. This is what we're seeing with Daniel Fazio. This is what we're going to see with a bunch of other of your favorite influencers that you know of. One exception that I can think of is Charlie Morgan, who does still run Imperium Acquisition. But other than that, most people really are doubling down on the coaching and SaaS and avoiding their own agencies. So on to the good stuff, the coaching offer. So this is the top of the coaching funnel. Primarily, we've got this big barrel of organic traffic, and that is split into Instagram, which you can see here. He has about 10k followers. Twitter is about the same, and then word of mouth. But ultimately, all of this small kind of short form content, or just word of mouth itself, is really funneling people to his YouTube. This is the big money maker for him in terms of his top of funnel, and that's because it really nurtures people and actually directs them straight to the middle of the funnel in the VSL. The way that this is separated is the YouTube will lead people to 3 different positions. Obviously, I've mentioned the VSL funnel just then, but the YouTube will also serve other purposes of sending people to the AI Automation Agency Hub, which is his free community. Now, this is basically for anyone that isn't really ready to take the next step. They'll end up in the free community. They'll get tons of value. They'll run through ascension mechanisms that might be with AI setters, manual setters, onboarding calls, one-to-one, challenge funnels, teaser videos, free courses. You get the idea. Ascension mechanisms are in place within that free school to drive people to this VSL funnel. On the right, what happens here is that if you are a regular viewer of his YouTube channel, or you actually click into the VSL funnel, but you don't convert, you will then be subjected to a retargeting ad. So this is the only ad that he's currently running. So he's not, again, running ads for his agency. He's not running ads for his SaaS. He's running ads for his coaching business. So he's running retargeting ads. He's running 10 different creators at once for the AAA accelerator. And these will again drive people to the exact same VSL funnel. So if you saw the Daniel Fazio video, this is already looking extremely familiar, where we have a massive top of funnel all being converted or converging towards one single pillar page. And that is this pillar page that you may already be familiar with. I'm going to break down exactly how this works. So here, the sole purpose is to generate as much interest as possible and as much motivation as possible in the prospect or the potential client so that they can actually book a call. I've broken it down into several different sections. First, you're targeting the ICP. So here, Liam's called out entrepreneurs. I think the targeting could be better there, but it doesn't completely suck. Next, he's using the magic headline formula. This is something that Alex Hormozy preaches a lot, but primarily this revolves around the 4 pillars of copywriting, NESB. So new, easy, safe, and big. The way that he's framed this is that it's super easy by saying that someone's one step away, and he's also talking about how wildly profitable their AI business can be. So again, it's not the strongest copywriting. I'm assuming that Liam might have done this himself, or someone in his team did this themselves without actually having a copywriting background. So this is okay, but definitely could be improved. He's also got a ton of social proof, and this is something that works really well in Liam's favor, is that he has 158 reviews, 5 stars on Trustpilot, pretty much unheard of in the info product space. And a lot of people are actually scared to put their Trustpilot reviews on their landing page, right? Because they get such bad ones and their dispute rates are incredibly high as well on Stripe. So I believe that this is genuinely a good product that he's selling. And then this VSL is absolutely key. Again, we're seeing this trend of VSLs everywhere with Daniel Fazio, Jack Hopkins, Ravi Abivala, and of course Liam Ottley here. With this VSL framework, what most of these guys are using is the Triple P framework. Put simply, that is starting with pain, then positioning themselves as an authority, using their previous experience, how much money they've made, where you might have seen them before, and then finally prove. Can they achieve the results that you want by showing you all of the people that they've previously done it for? Next, he has a nice section showing you what you actually get. And what he's doing here is value stacking. If you click on the coaching tab, for example, you can actually scroll a fair bit and there'll be different types of coaching that he offers. Obviously, it's all just coaching. But rather than just saying one-to-one coaching, he said one-to-one sales coaching, one-to-one offer coaching, one-to-one content coaching, one-to-one development coaching. And that just goes down the page. This artificial quantity gives you the impression that you're getting a lot more value for the money than other coaching offers, which will just kind of box things into a single item. So he's value stacking here, and he's also using Webflow to build this, just in case you were interested in how he's actually made it look quite nice. He's obviously got someone who actually knows web design, like I do. Just a shameless plug. He's then using what we call a symbiotic landing page. Charlie Morgan loves doing this, where you effectively have a step 1 and a step 2 involved on the same page. So we have the VSL and we have the booking form on the exact same page. So other people don't do this, like Ravi Abuvala, for example, prefers to keep them separated as they can kind of cannibalize each other. But Liam's gone for this, and I imagine it's working well. And then finally, something that shouldn't be overlooked is using a ton of social proof. But this definitely could be improved by adding a few more video testimonials. He has tons of them on his actual YouTube. So just flooding the page with those, which he definitely is capable of doing, would be really effective in converting more people to book their discovery call. So after the VSL page, the prospect will be taken to a qualification form, and they'll meet questions like this, which basically determine whether they're financially qualified, and will do things like boost show rate by increasing the skin in the game and basically making them feel guilty if they don't turn up to a call. So if someone isn't qualified, they're going to go down this no path into the CRM. So in this CRM, they're going to receive all kinds of email flows and be added to the mailing list, and that will direct them either to the free community so that they can receive further nurturing, or even try and downsell them to actually become a user of Agentive. If they are qualified, then they're going to book in their call and they're going to get taken to a thank you page, which will actually serve to pre-sell them by giving them more value and more content, just to reinforce that decision before they turn up. Next, they'll receive pre-call flows. So these will include things like sales assets, testimonials, and that kind of stuff to really build more trust over time, not only to guarantee that they show up, but also to increase the chances of them paying on the call and paying in full. Then when the sales call actually happens, they're either going to be closed won, so they become a client, or closed lost. So if they are closed lost, they're going to enter the CRM just like these people did, and they're going to be exposed to a re-offer. So what that means is when Liam starts running discounts, or he starts offering free onboarding calls with people, or free strategy calls, or any kind of bonus that he can, he initially run that to people that actually turned up to a sales call, actually spoke to someone on his team, but just didn't close for whatever reason. So he will leverage all of the new sales assets that he develops so that he can get people that previously were interested but not enough to commit to actually take that action and join the AAA accelerator. Of course, if they close one, they just become a client, and they are then eligible to be cross-sold to Agentive. So in terms of the pricing of the actual accelerator, I don't know this myself, but I'm just estimating based off the guarantee that you sign the next 3 to 5 clients in your agency, it's going to be at a bare minimum if it's on a subscription or payment plan of 1K a month, or a one-time payment of 2 to 3. Although, for example, Jordan Platten, I think, has a guarantee of signing your next 5 clients, and I believe his program is about 5K one-time payment. This is actually probably slightly lower than you might expect. So what we've got here is the idea of the financial flywheel, and the way that this works is to continuously spin around, generating more and more revenue for the coaching business. And this is something that you can implement to your own business as well. So the way that this works is that when someone closes and becomes a client and they achieve results through your mentorship or coaching, they then get morphed into a sales asset. So that sales asset might be a case study, it might be a video testimonial, it might be screenshots, it might be Trustpilot reviews, or it might be all of that put together. Then those sales assets will be fed into the top of the funnel. So you'll see the sales assets in Liam's retargeting ads. You'll see the sales assets in his VSL. You'll see the sales assets on his YouTube channel, on his Twitter, on his Instagram. And that will create a positive feedback loop where all of the successes within the accelerator are then perpetually generating more and more sales assets, more and more top of funnel content, and therefore more and more payments. And the way that I've estimated his earnings from this is actually pretty conservative. So we're assuming that only his subscribers would ever buy from him. Of course, there are tons of people, 70 to 80% of his views are probably not subscribed, but let's assume it's only his subscribers and only 1% of them even click on the page. That means he gets per month 2.6k views, and let's say only 5 of them even bother to book a call, and that will lead to about 130 calls per month. And with a close rate of around 30%, considering he's very much invested in his personal brand, and if they're coming from organic, that's around 40 clients per month. And if we take the super low ball of 2k, realistically, like I said, this could be up to 5k, maybe even more, depends on his guarantee and his offer. But that would equate to around 80k per month just from organic traffic, with a very conservative estimate. But alternatively, with paid acquisition included as well from the retargeting ads and from any kind of organic referral, this number is going to be significantly higher. So that's how we land when we add this to his agency revenue and his SaaS revenue, we end up with an estimated 330k per month generated using this sales funnel. So that's pretty much it for the video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe, please like, message me on Instagram if you have any questions or you would like this kind of thing built out for you. That's basically what we do, is we build out these kinds of funnels for coaches, creators, consultants. That's basically the video. See you guys later. Cheers.